Hi guys, welcome all to the phase 3 session 2, that is Android development using Jetpack, and today we'll be doing a rolling dice app, and please stay till the meet ends. And I would like to invite it's our pleasure to have Prakash sir, that is head of the CS department here, and other faculty members too. So let's get started.
Thank you, Tanish, for introduction. So, give me a minute. I'll just share my screen.
Sure.
Hope my screen is visible. Please type yes in the chat box.
Yes, Pratik, it is visible. Carry on.
Okay, thank you. So, we will continue the topics like that was covered in the first session. And so first of all, today we will create the dice rolling app. Okay, in this you actually can roll the dice, and like you can actually use that for any other gaming purpose. Okay, so this will be the simple application. So first of all, before that, am I audible? Can I get a quick reply?
Yes, Pratik, you are audible.
Okay. So first of all, we will create a new project in the Android Studio. Okay. So we'll go to File, New, and a new project. Okay. We will select empty compose activity because we are using Jetpack compose. Okay. Hit next. Then the application name will be dice somewhat here. Dice roll. Okay. Then this will be API will be 5.0. So I explained in the first session. So this is basically used to support the different devices that are available in the market. Okay. So I will select Lollipop and hit finish. So it will take some time. And so first thing, today, this will be the our application. It takes- Okay, so this will be the end application that you will prepare. Here the user clicks the roll button and it automatically rolls the dice. Okay, so for that, first of all, we need to import some of the images of the dice. Okay, so I already have the dice images. We have 6 images which represent 6 faces of the dice. Okay, so, okay, so what I will do is I will select all the 6 faces of the dice which will be images. Okay, just select it, and I will add in the drawable folder. So I already told in the first session, drawable is specifically used to add all the images and the audio files and all. Okay, so I will just add all 6 images, so it will be easy to develop at the end. Okay, so first of all, we had done importing all the images. Now what we need to do, these things are the default code that are available in the Jetpack Compose. It takes some minutes to build the project. Okay, so which will be the default preview. So what I will do is I will just erase the code present inbuilt. Okay, so just delete these things, and even this surface function which is useless to the today's project. Okay, I just erase. Sorry. Okay, so now what we'll do, we will create one at composable function. So before I told why actually composable function is required. So anything that in your application that you need to be displayed, like images or any user interface, everything should be come under at composable function. Okay, every user interface thing should be declared under the composable function. So we'll add the add composable function where I will give this dice. The function name will be the dice. Okay. So we'll create another function. I will say why actually we need two functions. Okay. Now we'll create another add composable function, and I will give the name um, dice image. Create another function. So and what we need to do, we need to tag this with add preview function. So in the first session I told add preview is specifically used to display the user interface to the mobile device. Okay, so anything written here should be displayed here in the like emulator. So for that we use add preview function. Okay, in add preview we use system. So system UI, that means it actually displays the border or like a similar type of the border of the mobile phone. Okay, it will display this thing. And next what we need to do, uh, here we'll take a look. So everything here which present in the design which are represented in the column, right? Why column? Because the device sorry, that dice is above the role, right, which will be the step by step. So we use column, not row. Okay, so for that what we need to do is we need to, before that you need to call this device image function, so that which displays this function code in the emulator. Okay, we'll call device image. I'll change the name. And in the main function we will call the dice. Okay, so now we call this function. The main function that we will develop will be this device with button and image function. Okay, the this function fun device is simply used to display the content present in the dice with button image only. No other work is there for dice. Okay, the main thing will be in dice with button and image. So before that what we need to do is we need to add the modifier. So why modifier? Because modifier is specifically used to identify the behavior of the your user interface. Like if you want to add padding or if you want to add width or height, then you need to be declared under modifier itself. So I will declare in the main function. Okay, modifier and modifier. So I will say why you need to add modifier as a parameter in the device with the button and image. Okay, before that I will add here modifier. So I will add fill max size. Why fill max size? Because this will fill the entire screen. Okay, so next one will be wrap content. This wraps the size of the particular like dice image to the to fit the particular screen size. Okay, so this will be about padding and all. So next one is focusing on device with button and image will be our main function. Okay, so in this, what we will do is we'll take go to the our main project, and what here we need to do is we need to add a column before that, because under the column we need to add images and we need to add button, right? So what we need to do, we need to add a column here. We'll add column. Under column we need to add modifier, because here also we will add a padding and all, so we need to declare modifier. Okay, so this parameter invokes right now, because just take an example, like when you click any button, so this will, the button will be under column, right? So the button behavior will pass to this, and the parameter will invoke it, right? So this particular function is called in the dice, so that the behavior will be tracked and it will be displayed in the emulator, right? For that we will pass modifier in the like in the second function. Okay, the main thing will to track the behavior of the clicking. Okay, the next step that we will add is we will add, for that we will add image. Okay, so the image will be under column, and what we need to do is we need to call painter resources. So I already told why painter resources is used. Painter resources function is specifically used to access the images from the drawable, right? So for that we call resources dot drawable dot dice one. So what actually does is that it displays the image which will be the dice one image. So this is a hard coded image that I already declared which image should be shown in the display. Okay, so we'll modify like in the later code. Okay, so for that we have content description which will be for talkback feature. So particular image is not loaded, then it will talkback feature will automatically tells what is present in the particular image. So currently we use null, and this will be done for image. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to add button. Okay, so for button we need to add text, right? The text will be role. So for that we need to add text under the button. We'll add text, so it will be role. Okay, so this will be, this will also a hard coded text. So in Android Studio there is one feature called as like under values we'll have string.xml. Okay, so what is the main difference between writing hard coded text or like writing under string.xml? Okay, so for example if you write your like text in the hard coded manner. So for example, if your app need to be scaled, right? You have like multiple text presented in your application. So a developer need to go into each line and he need to change the text, right? So what happens is when if you declare strings under strings.xml, it has one name called, here we have app name, right? It will be the ID. So what developer can do is he can just call that ID and he can use the text. So he no need to write the text every time when he develop application. Okay. So what we will do, we will um, add text called role inside strings.xml. Okay. We will write as role. This will be the ID and this will be the actual text. Okay. So now we have declared under strings.xml. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to go to main activity.xt, and instead of writing hard coded text, what we can do is we can also do that using r dot, instead of drawable is specifically used for images, right? So for text we use string. Okay, string dot the id will be role, right? So this will be displayed. Okay, before that we need to add one more thing, which will be like string. We need to add string resources, that nothing but we access the resources from the string.xml. Okay, so under this we need to add r dot string dot role. So we will just run our application, we will see how it looks. Okay, so now it looks good, but actually the button is not in the proper arrangement. So for that, what we need to do is under modifier where we already declared, we can use a horizontal alignment. Okay. Under column, we can actually use horizontal alignment, alignment dot center horizontally. So it will align the button in the horizontal manner. Okay, so we can actually centralize entire objects presented in the screen using alignment dot center. Okay, so we will see the text later. Okay, so now what we'll do is when if we run in the emulator, it will not work because actual function to clickable is not yet written. Okay, so now what we need to do is in the button on click, what we need to do is we need to create a number function, like whenever a button is clicked, which image need to be displayed, right? For that we need to create one variable. Okay, so for that we will create variable. So variable can be declared using var. Okay, so we'll create a variable called result. So result will be 1. So it will be default hard coded thing that I will write as a 1. Okay. So now what it does is that whenever a but on click method is clicked, it will default give one image. That means device 1.xml. It will be displayed. Okay. So before that, what we need to do is under on click method, we can just add 1 to 6. Okay, in Kotlin there will be one feature, right? So for example, if you want to add any like you need to loop anything, you can actually add two dots. That means it starts from this point and it ends to particular endpoint. Okay, so which can be represented into dot dot. Okay, so first of all we need to initialize for result. Result is equal to 1 or from 6. So whenever like a button is clicked, a result value will be changed randomly. So to make it random in Kotlin, we have one a method called random method. Okay. Okay. So what it does is that whenever button is clicked, it will generate a random number from out of 1 to 6. Okay. So for to generate random thing, so you need to have another variable which will be value. So the images will not change, right? So we use val. So val which will be image change. I will give a name called image change. Okay. So we will use if for that we use when. Okay, so there will be some other syntax in if and else statement in the Kotlin. It's not like other programming language, it's slightly different. Okay, so we will create a val image change. So when result value will be changed. Okay, so for that, whenever just when we have result, so the value will be fetched, right? So once a value will be fetched, we need to declare. For example, if one is generated, then what image need to be generated? For that, we use arrow and greater than symbol. This means if one, then this image. Okay, like if else. Okay, in similar way, it's a simple syntax in the Kotlin. So for that, if one is clicked, then we need to call r dot drawable dot dice one. Okay, which will displays the one number. Okay, it's basically displays dice one image, and we'll copy paste it. It will be for 2, it will be for 3, it will be for 4, and it will be for 5. So at the end, we can use else. Okay, in the else, it will display the drawable sixth. Okay, dice 6. Okay, so this will randomly generate and displays the image. Okay, so now what you need to do is you can in the image I have, as I told, I had hard coded the image, right? So inbuilt it will display dice one, right? So for dice one, what you need to do is you can change this, and you need to call this particular image change a variable, right? So based on that, in this variable actually all this process happens, and it will display in the painter resources, means image will be displayed or fetched from the image change. Okay, so now content description, so it's a optional, you can actually give or not, right? So what you need to do is it will fetch from the result, and it will convert to string, so that a device can be read, and it will like the users can actually read those text, right? So you need to convert to string from the result. So next thing what we need to do is we'll just run the application again. Okay, so power is 2. That means whenever a result number will be changed, whenever if it's generated 3, then it is need to like display third image 4, 5. We will change 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll just see run the application again. Okay, cool. So now even if we run, it will not run because the main thing is whenever you click roll, the application will generate random number, but it will not remember what to display. Okay, in Kotlin or Jetpack you have a architecture called state. So in this state it actually generates the things and it saves, but it will not display it until you write a code called remember. Okay, in Jetpack you have one like code called remember. So what it does is that whenever a user clicks on the button, it will generate one from the 6 random number, but it stores in the result value, but it will fail to display in the screen. For that, we use remember. So whenever the user clicks, the memory will store that particular value and it displays back to the screen. Okay. So what we'll do is remember, and we have another method called state mutable state of. Table state of. Okay, so this thing takes value 1. That means like whenever like particular user clicks the button, the default image will be the 1, and from that it will randomly generates and it will be saved in the value. And if the randomly generated number is 2, then the value will be saved as a 2 here, and it displays the particular like image in the screen. Okay, so we'll run the app again. We'll see if it runs or not. I think it has some issues. I have already pre-written code, so we'll just run that code. Okay, so actually we have done all this coding, and I don't know why it's not running, but still we'll run from here. Okay. Okay. So here, whenever user clicks, the particular image will be changed. Actually, all these are image, so random number will be generated and random image will be generated. Okay. So I think you guys got like basic idea of how actually Kotlin, sorry, Jetpack is, and some intermediate level about Jetpack. and you can actually just try that. You have a lot of documentation in the like Android official page, so you can just see that. And I think uh, today we have only this project, so in the upcoming session we have like on the next day we have the same session, Android session. What we will do is we will upload this application to Play Store. Okay, so all this procedure to upload Play Store and all, we will cover up in the next session. Okay, so I hope you guys got understood some basic ideas about the Jetpack and all. So if you have any doubts, you can just ask, or you can ask at the end of the session. And now I will transfer this to Tanish so that he will take up it. Thank you. Tanish, audible?
Yes, Pratik, it's audible. And okay, so thanks for providing such good information, and the shares will carry on from here now. Shares,
Yes. Okay.
yeah, you can
Okay.
carry
Now
on.
I will. Okay. Now I will take the session. Before that, I will share my screen. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, shares, it's visible.
Okay. Just a second. And okay, here we go. So I think last session was so informative and right. Okay. I think you can see my screen PPT, right, Tanish?
Yes, shares, it's visible.
Okay. Thank you. And today I can see some new faces. So I will recap the information I was told yesterday. Then I will move to the today's parts. Okay. So first, as I told, I will recap just in fraction of seconds. So as I explained, what is Compose apps? Compose app is the modern toolkit to build a UI, which can build. Compose cap apps can build robust and stable apps because it can build apps with the less number of codes. So that's and I explained Kotlin playground where we run the programs. Then what is the program and the story of a robot which is slap the face of a wholesaler. Okay, and what is the definition of function? Uh, okay, then main function. What is a main function? Main function is the starting point of the program where the compiler start reading, and then function name, how it should be. I explained that the name of the function should be start from small letter. If it had one more words, it should not contain underscore. It must be start with the capital words. So then I told about the parenthesis. It's used to declare the what, not global variable, it's a local variable, and also for passing arguments. And then I explained what the body of the function, which is covered by curly braces. And then I told function syntax of the function, how it looks like in schematic diagram. Then I told it's also how to call a function and how to yeah, call the function. Then I told give an example. Okay. Then I told about variables, basic type of variable available in Kotlin, and what is variable. Variable is as I told, container. And then I told two types of two ways of declaring variable. One is val and one is var. Val is used when the variable is read only. And then I told when we change the value of the variable, then we use where keywords. Then I told about what declare. Give an example of to declare the variable. Then Okay, same. And I told about the return type of the function. And I forgot to tell one thing. Uh, when we use, we use void type in C++, right? That means when we are not returning any data type, function will not return any type. We use void type in C language and C++. In the same way, we use unit function in Kotlin. And I give an example, one more example, and then I move to the comments as in C++. Okay, that's all about I explained yesterday. I hope if you have doubt in that, you can go with the YouTube videos and DDSC YouTube channel. So, without clicking further ado, let's start today's discussion. Okay. Uh, Okay, today we have a lot in Kotlin. We have a lot of things to explain, but time is not enough to explain all things. So we are taking by portions. So as our part of today, we are taking operators, especially what conditional operator that is found in Kotlin. So in the condition operator, we are with this example, we are going through if statement and where statement, which is just used by the plugins just now to demonstrate this example. So for that, I will conclude the if statement. So if statement, when we want to make decision, program make decision making based on the values or the condition, you use what conditional sorry conditional operator. So for declaring a first statement, we use keyword followed by phrase. Inside the phrase, we will use the condition or variable, whatever else it may be, depending on the condition. So if you use variable or whatever it may be, if the condition gets true, the body statement will be executed, or else it will be ignore the body and then move to the next section. So if I just keep on telling my kind of theory section, you will get bored. So we are going to explain it with example of practical. I know it looks like kidding. I mean funny, but it's a funny game. So I think you have heard a lot about the programmers coding is funny, but coding is not always funny. I mean fun until you get an error. Okay. I will start with example. How to, I will explain here if statement, there is example. So, I will first consider just the correct portion only. I will take part by part. So, what our program should do? Whenever the red light is we get red light, it should stop, or it should then stop message. So, I will have a code here. Here I added a function as a main section and added a variable using value and the variable name is track like color and I added the value as red. Red. Okay. So here I am using keyword to start if statement. So I in the condition section I pass the variable value and comparison operator. So whenever it checks if the value is red, it will return true, right? So the value as I given to the variable is also red. So obviously it true value. So the body of the statement will be executed. So the body of the statement contains ln stop. That means whenever there is a red light, it should stop in the terminal. So I will make this step. Here I use a phrase. This is the keyword that we use for initiating a statement. So here this is the condition statement and this is the order, or you can say. So What are the statements inside this phrase will consider as the body of this statement. So if the value is true, the all statement inside this body will be executed. If the condition get false, it ignores all. Okay, can we move to the next question? So now I see as part I read. Now I consider all. That means as I give an example, I think this is not one. Okay. I given this picture as example. So now here converted it to both or all. So what I can do is very simple. I am using universal statement. That means I am getting the statement to get this output. So what declaring function as the main section, main function, and declare a variable same as last one. But this time I am set a value black, not red or not yellow anything. So with started statement here. So it will check for the condition number one. That is red. Let's check that the value stored in the traffic light whether it's red or not. So obviously it returns false itself. So result right. I will use output stop. Then we check for next condition. That is else statement. So here also it is given I can check for whether it variable contain yellow or not, and obviously false again. So here also not I mean you output low. So I can just check for green, and I am same here. Still not get any condition. So we will go to the final else statement. Here that what anything is not executed here. It will obviously go for else statement. That means default value in what we call it's such like sorry. Default statement is here in the case right. It's the same way. The invalid color. That means value we are going on is here on traffic. So it looks quite complicated. You can get other thing here. Make this. That is another than switch case here. But we don't know all CSS in what we call it using another name. Okay. Further, let's go for that. So this is the syntax diagram of when statement. When statement is I told now it's exactly what as switch statement in other programming language like C and C++. So what declaring you use when and conjunction either usually variable here. So variable name that and then it will follow sequential order. I do remember the program that Arctic wrote just in the last session. Same condition here and what will be executed it will get true. So it's very fun. So I will go to the next slide. Okay. So can compare with the statement. It's quite last thing is quite clear. But in very short program. So let's see. As the last program function main function is like here. Same as last no it's yellow here. Program we use lag. So we are glad that we are like color as yellow. Initial value as yellow. So for starting initializing when I mean CSS use when keyword. So structure is for variable that we are using here. So when you check for condition, it's considered your first file. So what is the first here? Exactly right. So it's accepted that the value is red or not. And no, it's false. So it is right. It will not go here not print the top. Then it's for yellow and case two. That is yellow and exactly your expectation is returns to and it will slow. I mean, it gives you outcomes variable exactly our sprint time in plus. It will return slow. The thing here. Right. Then it will not go for green because it's already executed. I mean, our output is required. So if you are going to last example here. If you are using black here, it will first check for red and then no and yellow, black. You can consider black yellow will not match. So you can black not match. So finally, before statement, that's just statement here. So it will give out that invalid like that. So it will same out as we are seeing in first statement, but the code length is very short. The length is not higher in this small code, but in there we are a bit of a complex program. The code length because their program compiler goes statement, so it becomes quite complicated for compile. So in mix and then final thinking. Okay. Null variable. What is null variable? You can argue an answer exactly. Null variable is nothing but a variable with null value. That's it. It will not hold any value. Before during iteration itself, we will be value as null. I mean, it will not hold anything. Okay, then I think I may change this also. Okay. So it will give out like null because you are using the favorite actor, that is variable name here. So it's a string. So I mean dot operator, that means it will consider that what is ln and out of this here we are pass null statement here. So it's obviously null output. So here we are using other than null, we are using I in double quote. That means we just touch and I only. It will not be there that one. That means I mean 0 and 1. So the value is 1. So that's about null variable. So I think the time is there. So I'm including this session here. It doesn't mean I'm completely certain that doesn't mean your compare all these things importantly. There is another thing you need to study, but some of the time it just too much functionality. So meanwhile, can you share the one thing again because I think some people are not interested. So yeah. So meanwhile, I will share that in the chat box. Most things are chat box. So go there because I can come complex. But that is just explain what every something topic so that I can understand and then be motivated. So as I said, what calling the number and this. So I'm stop listening. So all the best for your point and Android area. So thank you for your question. Yeah. Go ahead. Just concluding my session. I mean my session. So just talk your area. So never stop learning and active learning. Okay. Okay, so if you have any doubts, I can ask in the chat section. So I'll have today's coding app code. You can actually go to our GitHub repository and you can actually clone it and you can import the Android Studio. Okay. So you can actually edit those code and you can implement your own thing. Okay, so tomorrow's session, like we are having application submission to Play Store. Okay, so please attend the session. And we have
application to Play Store. So please ask me any doubts. I hope no one has any doubt. So can you take a
Yes, sir. I like from here. So guys, yeah, I think so. No one has any doubt. So I would like to conclude this session. I would like to thank Pratik and Shreyas for time and effort you have invested our knowledge and information to everyone. Also, thank Pratik for joining this session. Finally, I would like to remind everyone to join for tomorrow's session that is about content at 7 p.m. Thank you.